What is going on, guys? I'm Pete, and welcome to Retro Game Attic. And welcome to my segment I like to call Still Works, where I check out old video game hardware and see if some of its functions still work in the modern era. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Nintendo DSi's web browser and see if it works with modern websites. Now I'm going to show you how to connect this to your home's Wi-Fi, and we're going to start from least complicated and then work our way up towards the more complicated websites. And with all that out of the way, let's get into it. And here is my DSi that I bought new in 2009. First things first, we need to connect this to our Wi-Fi network, so I'm going to jump over to my computer and show you how to do that. Alright, so we are logged onto our Wi-Fi router here, and you can see that we have two options, the 2.4 gigahertz band and the 5. So being that the DSi is an older console, it's going to connect to the 2.4 gigahertz band, so we'll click on that. So once we get to the network settings for 2.4 gigahertz, you can see security mode. And what I'm going to do here is show more security options, and we're going to leave it open just for a little while so that the DSi can connect to it. So we'll save. We'll say OK, and then we'll save the settings. Alright, so we should be good to go, so let's hop back over to the DSi. Okay, so now that we removed the security from our 2.4 gigahertz band on the Wi-Fi, we can connect the DS to it now. So let's get this thing fired up. So now that we're in the menu, we can scroll down to System Settings, and then we'll head over to Screen 3, that'll be Internet Settings. So Internet, Connection Settings, and then we're going to go to Connection 1. We'll clear settings because I think this is an old network. Alright, so we'll go back to Connection 1, search for an access point, and let's find our network. It should be New England Clam Router. So we'll try searching again. And here it is, New England Clam Router. Do you want to save these settings? Okay. And then we'll do the connection test. This will take a few seconds. Alright, connection test successful. So now we're all set here. We can go over to the DSi menu. Now that we're all set up with internet, we can scroll over to the web browser. Here we go, Nintendo DSi browser. And we'll give it a second to get started here. Alright, so as with my other Internet Still Works videos, I'm going to go from simple to more advanced websites, so let's start off with a sure thing with Google. I'm pretty confident about this one, it usually works. And that loaded up pretty quickly. And what do we want to search for? We'll search for a Nintendo DSi. And then we'll click search. Online website failed to correctly identify itself. Alright, let's try it one more time. Oh, here we go. It actually loaded up pretty well. Let's try clicking on the GameStop listing. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go back. Try one more time. Alright, so we confirmed that at least Google works. Let's keep moving down the line to Bing. This is another pretty simple search engine. I'm pretty confident that this will work as well. Alright, so that didn't load up as quickly as Google, and it doesn't seem to be working. Invalid certificate. Let's try to reload it. See if that helps. Alright, it looks like we're hosed on Bing, unfortunately. Let's keep the search engine train rolling. We'll go to Yahoo next. Wow, invalid certificate right off the bat. Let's see though. Still loading. You can see down there in the bottom right hand corner. No, invalid certificate. It looks like it's kind of just stuck perpetually loading. Alright, let's try DuckDuckGo. And then that'll be it for the search engines. I have to say, using the touch screen is actually pretty intuitive on here. Oh, I think Yahoo finally loaded. That was kind of weird. Let me go back. Alright, so it looks like the system ran out of memory. So maybe we can clear the history. See if that helps. Delete all. Let's try DuckDuckGo again. Network problem. We'll try reloading before we move on. Alright. You know, enough with the search engines. Let's hit up Facebook. that didn't work either. All right, another invalid certificate message. But here we go. It actually kind of loaded. It says Facebook is not available in this browser. I mean, that loaded up more than what some other websites we tried so far. All right, so Facebook isn't working. Let's try Instagram. Invalid certificate. Okay. We have the Instagram icon up here. I'm going to give this a second to load out of memory. So we'll go back and we'll clear our history and we'll try one more time. I'm not too hopeful that a lot of these are going to work. I mean, this old DSi browser is pretty ancient by today's standards, unfortunately. Out of memory. We'll try one more kind of similar site. We'll try TikTok. Not a user, but I know it is pretty popular. Invalid certificate. We seem to be getting that a lot. And out of memory. Go back to history. We'll clear it, and then we'll try one more time. Failed to correctly identify itself. I don't think this is going to work. It looks like it's pretty close down there. Let's give it a second. Oh, out of memory. Bummer. Let's keep moving on. We'll try Reddit next. Currently unavailable. We'll try reloading. I mean, that's not even trying. We spelt it correctly. So that's not working either. Let's try Twitter. Currently unavailable. No, we'll clear our history. Oh, there's nothing in the history because we didn't access anything. Nope, nothing. What am I doing wrong here? We're still connected here. Twitter's not working either. We'll just keep moving right down the line. We'll try Blue Sky. I'm going to close out of the web browser and then go back in. Maybe that'll make a difference. You never know. Currently unavailable. Just to confirm that I'm not doing anything wrong here, let's try Google again and see if that loads. Okay, so Google is loading, so it's nothing that we're doing wrong here. I guess these sites just aren't loading at all. So Blue Sky was a miss as well. Let's try ChatGPT. That's not working either. Alright, let's try Amazon. We at least got the familiar invalid certificate errors. Maybe we'll get lucky. Alright, so we are just striking out here. So it looks like Amazon... Oh, I don't know. You see the little Amazon logo up top here? Okay, it looked like it sort of loaded something. I guess it's just taking a long time. Let's try searching for something. And of course, we're going to search for the Nintendo DSi. I'm not very hopeful that this is going to load, though. Alright, loading, loading. We got about halfway there before it kind of crapped out. Look at that, it actually showed up that we searched. Here we go, it loaded something. There's a picture of a DSi. Now, is this usable? No, of course not, but it's more usable than some of these other websites that we tried, so I'm going to call this like half a win with Amazon. I don't think I'm patient enough to wait around here, so let's keep moving on. We'll try eBay next. eBay has worked a lot on some of these other videos that I tried, so we'll see what happens. I may have to end up clearing the history. We'll see if that helps. Delete all. Alright, ebay.com, here we go. Nope, that's not working at all. Let's try weather.com. Believe it or not, a lot of people still use this website. That's not working either. Alright, so here is my ace in the hole. We're going to try wikipedia.org. Now this one usually works on a lot of old school devices. Currently unavailable, are you kidding me? Let's try it one more time. Let's go back to Google and then we'll search for Wikipedia through Google. I'm curious to see if that'll work. Good old Google loaded up pretty quickly. And here we'll search for Wikipedia. Search. Here we go. No, that didn't work, so I guess Wikipedia doesn't work on here, which is crazy. And let's keep moving right along. We'll go to YouTube next. I would be super surprised if YouTube worked on here. Alright, so we have the YouTube logo up there, so maybe this will actually load. No. Invalid certificate. I'm going to give this one a minute. System is running low on memory. Let's clear the history and we'll try one more time. Here we go. It would be pretty wild to get a YouTube video running on this thing. And it loaded up a good amount. I saw that it was making some progression. Now web page is too big. Alright, so YouTube was a bust as well. So there's two more sites I want to try, but I'm going to search for one of them through Google and see if that works. And that'll be Google Maps. Here we go, maps.google.com. We'll see if this works. Certificate error message. These are pretty typical. Look at that, that loaded pretty quickly. Got the little Google Maps icon up there. Something loaded, but nothing's showing up. Let's try reloading it, and that's moving along pretty quickly down there. Bummer. Alright, that was worth a shot. So I know I said before I was going to go from simple to advanced websites. I think I've ran the gamut on some of the most popular internet websites here, but there's one more I do want to try. It's similar in the vein to the Internet Archive, but I find that it works on a lot of old school systems, and that is theoldnet.com. So here we go. Alright, that loaded up. And just like the Internet Archive, this is a catalog of a lot of old school internet web pages, and this always defaults to Nintendo.com 1996. So let's see how it looks on the DSi. And that loaded up pretty quickly. And we have that familiar Mario 64 era photo here. Let's keep moving up through Nintendo website years and see which one it stops loading at. We'll skip ahead a little bit. We'll do 98 and see if that works. Wow, pretty cool. Still in that N64 era. Let's skip ahead to 2001. And 2001 loaded up. Granted, the images are taking a minute here, but there's something that's resembling a website. Here we go. Smash Bros. Melee. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead a lot here now. We'll go to the release year of the DSi, which is 2009. And we'll select our country, USA. No, that didn't work. Alright, I think I've seen enough here. Aside from Google and then Amazon partially working, no other websites that I tried really did work. So there it is, guys. That was the Nintendo DSi Web Browser. I can't say I'm too surprised that many websites weren't working on here. Now, of course, Google worked and Amazon sort of did, but really all the other modern websites that we tried weren't working, which is kind of a bummer. Was there anything I could have done differently? Are there any other websites that you know of that I can access on here? Please be sure to let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. As always, thank you all so much for checking out Retro Game Attic. I really do appreciate you all. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.